the Audi A4 AllRoad, in what might be its optimal mechanical specification. The middle of three diesel-powered options, the 3.0-liter TDI 218 model gets you the relative smoothness of Audi's six-cylinder TDI diesel engine, and the wider spread of torque that it provides, for less than £2,000 more than the equivalent 2.0-liter TDI 190. And £2,000 is, after all, less than what plenty of Audi customers have proven themselves willing to spend, in recent years, on a carbon fiber cigarette lighter, a stereo upgrade and indicators inspired by the cult televisual smash hits of the 1980s. Elsewhere on the spec sheet, the A4 AllRoad still doesn't quite offer the extra capability of its older soft-roading big brother, the A6 Allroad, although it is getting closer. Whereas you can have height adjustable air suspension on an A6, the A4's ride height is fixed, offering 34 mm of additional ground clearance over a normal A4 Avant. The only way the smaller car suspension can be adjusted is if you get optional adaptive dampers. Where transmissions are concerned, meanwhile, all but the most powerful diesel versions of both the A4 AllRoad and A6 Allroad now come with a 7-speed twin-clutch automatic gearbox, so you're only going to get any torque multiplication for low-speed towing or climbing if you splash the cash on the top of the range oil burner, both of which come with the proper 8-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. If you're a fleet driver, the 3.0 TDI 218 won't break the bank where those all-important CO2 emission numbers are concerned, giving you 6-cylinder power for a modest 2% penalty on benefit in kind, BIK, tax liability versus the 4-cylinder TDI. The 2.0-liter TFSI 252 is a shade cheaper to buy and for company car tax, but its official combined fuel economy return is 20% poorer. The Allroad is probably the A4 at its very best, and I've no doubt this particular diesel is the pick of the A4 Allroad range. Plenty of Audi drivers might disagree, of course, mostly the ones who like their lowered suspension and S-line styling kits. But, if, like this tester, you see the A4 as an imperfect way to satisfy an enthusiastic driver, you might be more inclined to equip your car in a way that builds up some of its core strengths: comfort, isolation, flexibility, practicality, convenience, while adding just a little bit of off-road capability into the mix for good measure. That, in a nutshell, is what the A4 AllRoad does. Powertrain aside, the Allroad is very refined and secure. Its ride and handling can be tailored to your taste, if you opt for the adaptive dampers, from a little too soft for perfect high-speed motorway body control and comfort mode, down to surprisingly upright and taut in dynamic mode. Leave the car in auto, however, and adaptive suspension does what it's there to do, adapt to the changing surface of the road underneath you, and, thanks to the Allroad's extra wheel travel and softer springing, it simply handles the broad range of surfaces you encounter in the UK with greater compliance and dynamic versatility than a standard A4. There's little feel or positivity to the steering, and the car's cornering manners are more about security than poise, but that's the A4's familiar compromise. It isolates, it soothes, it relaxes and it reassures. On the inside there's little to report. The Allroad is exactly like an A4 Avant. So the cabin feels very well constructed and expensively fitted out, the instrumentation and infotainment systems are first class, particularly with virtual cockpit optioned, comfort is good, with room for all but the tallest of adults in the back seats, and boot space is 505 liters with the seats in place, which trumps both a BMW 3 Series Touring and a Mercedes-Benz C-Class estate.